Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Aldypie Kinanthi. I'm from Academic Education in Accounting Education Concentration Study Program, Faculty of Economics, Jakarta State University. Today is in this special occasion, I will present you my thesis proposal for getting my bachelor degree in this study program with the title The Effect of Green Accounting and Corporate Social Responsibility on Company Value with Financial Performance as a Mediator Variable in a basic and a chemical industry sector listed on Indonesian Stock Exchange (IDX) period 2023 until 2024. But before I start my presentation, I want to say thank you a lot to Ibu Ati Sumiati MM and Prof. Unggul Purwohedi, MSc PhD, for the guidance and support through to the preparation of this thesis proposal. So, today I will present you three different chapters in my research. The first one is Introduction, and the second is Literature Review, and the third is research methodology that I use in my research. So, let's start this presentation. For the background, in the era of global economic turbulence, economic slowdown and uncertainty caused by political tension among the major countries have encouraged companies in developing countries such as Indonesia to improve their performance and competitiveness in order to maintain business sustainability, increase profitability, and strengthen their company value. As we can see from the table of sectoral index development in the basic material sector, that published by Financial Service Authority (OJK), the index fluctuated during the 2020 until 2024 period, indicating that the stock performance of companies in the basic and chemical industry sector remained unstable. In 2024, the index decreased by 55.6 points compared to 2023, which had previously increased by 91.34 points from 2022. This condition indicates a decline in the firm value in the basic material sector, also known as the basic and chemical industry sector. Therefore, this issue should become a major concern for the company management in designing strategy to improve the firm value, which in turn can enhance investor prosperity. And next, background high company value can increase investor confidence in investing in the company, which has a positive impact on its development and sustainability. In seeking profit, companies also need to consider environmental and social responsibility. The implementation of green accounting can support corporate sustainability and increase company value in the eyes of investors. By disclosing corporate social responsibility, companies demonstrate their commitment to responsibility for the impact of their operation activities on the environment and society, which can enhance the company image and in the eyes of investors. And last, financial performance mediates the relationship between green accounting and corporate social responsibility in influencing company value by presenting financial information about how companies manage their assets to generate profit. Next is problem formulation. The first one is, does green accounting influence company value? The second, does corporate social responsibility influence company value? The third, does financial performance influence company value? The fourth, does green accounting influence financial performance? Fifth, does corporate social responsibility influence financial performance? Sixth, does financial performance mediate the effect of green accounting on company value? The seventh is, does financial performance mediate the effect of corporate social responsibility on firm value. So the next is purpose. The first purpose is to demonstrate the influence of green accounting on corporate value in basic and chemical industry companies listed on Indonesia Stock Exchange in 2023 until 2024. The second is to demonstrate the influence of corporate social responsibility on corporate value in basic chemical industry companies listed on Indonesian Stock Exchange in 2023 until 2024. The third, to demonstrate the influence of financial performance on corporate value in basic and chemical industry companies listed on Indonesian Stock Exchange in 2023 until 2024. The fourth, to demonstrate the impact of green accounting on the financial performance of basic and chemical industry companies listed on the Indonesian Stock Exchange in 2023 until 2024. The fifth purpose, to demonstrate the effect of corporate social responsibility on financial performance in the basic and chemical industry companies listed on Indonesian Stock Exchange in 2023 until 2024. The sixth, to demonstrate the ability of financial performance to mediate the effects of green accounting on firm value in basic and chemical industry companies listed on the Indonesian Stock Exchange. And the last one, to demonstrate the ability of financial performance to mediate the effect of corporate social responsibility on firm value in a basic and chemical industry companies listed on Indonesian Stock Exchange in 2023 until 2024. Next, the benefits of the research. Theoretical benefit is to provide new knowledge and serve a reference comparative information sources regarding the effect of green accounting and corporate social responsibility on a company value, with financial performance as a mediating variable in the basic industry and chemical sector on Indonesian Stock Exchange IDX 2023 until 2024 period. And for the practical benefit, for academics is served as information and reference for the future research, for the company as a consideration in determining company's policy, and for the university as a reference for academic community of the Faculty of Economics Jakarta State University. And for the chapter 2 is a literature review. So we're gonna start it with the theoretical basic. The first one is stakeholder theory. For the stakeholders theory states that in a carrying out operational activities, a company has an important focus beyond profit seeking, namely providing benefits of welfare to both external and internal stakeholders, by Salpianti and Fakroni 2020. In the study, the application of green accounting and corporate social responsibility align with stakeholder theory. By implementing both, sustainability company value can be created and can be considered by the investor. The second one is signal theory. According to Damayanti and Astuti 2022, signaling theory emphasizes a company avoid to provide an information as a guidance or a consideration for external parties or investors in making investment decisions. Accurate, complete, and standardized financial reports can send a positive signal to the investor, thereby increasing trust and increasing the company's value. The third is legitimacy theory. According to Rusley et al., in 2019, focused on the relationship between companies and society through regulation established by the government. In line with this theory, the implementation of green accounting and corporate social responsibility by the companies seeks to disclose their environment activity to gain public approval, which in turn impact the company sustainability. The last theory in this theoretical basic is triple bottom line theory. According to Jan Elkington in LACO 2023, a company has three main elements that must be considered for its sustainability. The first one is profit, the second one is environment, and the third one is the community involved both directly or indirectly. In line with this theory, the implementation of corporate social responsibility and green accounting support a balance between economic, social, and environment aspect, thereby improving financial performance and corporate sustainability. The next is company value. The definition according to Husna and Satria 2019, company value is the selling price of a company that is considered appropriate for a potential investor. In the study, company value proxied by price to book value, in line with research by Kusna and Setijani 2018, Ginting and Nainggolan in 2021, and Octaviani et al. In 2019. The next is green accounting. The green accounting is an effort to expand the scope of accounting framework and is the main tool of assessing project cost and benefit by considering environmental impacts, by Sadiku et al. In 2021. In the study, green accounting processed by environment costs that published in company sustainability report. This is in line with research by Sparta and Reska in 2022 and Gultam and Comsia in 2025. The next is corporate social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility is a long-term benefit for the sustainability of a company that can be obtained by paying attention to the economic, environmental, social, legal, and ethical aspects that are directly or indirectly related to the company by LACO in 2011. In the study, CSR is proxied by Corporate Social Responsibility Disclosure Index using a dummy method or DCOMOS approach, assigning a score of 1 if the company discloses a CSR item and a score of 0 if the company does not disclose a CSR item. This is in line with this research by Firdausi et al. In 2024 and Rani et al. In 2026. The next is financial performance. Financial performance is an analysis carried out by a company to assess the company's compliance with a financial regulation that comply with existing standards during the implementation of the company's activity in a period. By B. Setiawan 2019. In the study, financial performance is proxied by return on asset, in line with a research by Dita and Ervina in 2021, Angelina and Nursasi in 2021, and Amira and Siswanto in 2022. And the next, this is the relevant research that I use in this study or this research. There is Erlanga et al. In 2021 with the title The Application of Green Accounting and Corporate Social Responsibility Disclosed to Company Value Through Profitability. The study used environment performance variable with GRE, CSRDE, Tobin's Q, and Roy criteria. And the rest so the next is theoretical framework. There are independent variable. X1 is a green accounting. independent variables. X2 is corporate social responsibility. The mediating variable Z is financial performance, and the dependent variable is company value. So through the theoretical frameworks, we conclude there are hypothesis formulation. The first hypothesis is the influence of green accounting on company value. The second one is the influence of corporate social responsibility on company value. The third one is the influence of financial performance on company value. The fourth is the influence of green accounting and financial performance. The fifth, the influence of corporate social responsibility on financial performance. The sixth is financial performance mediates in the influence of green accounting on firm value. And the last is financial performance mediates the influence of corporate social responsibility on company values. And the chapter 3, research methodology. In this research, the population are the company in the basic and chemical industry sector listed on the Indonesia Stocks Exchange for the 2023 until 2024 period. And for example, in the study there were 63 companies obtained from the purposive sampling techniques that you can see through the table. And the next is data analysis techniques. I use research method is quantitative. The source of data is secondary data from Indonesian Stock Exchange, and the method of collecting data is the documentation techniques. And for the variable operationalization, the type for company value, I use indicator PBV. PBV is by this formulation. And for green accounting, I use the indicator is environmental cost disclosed in the sustainability report. For corporate social responsibility, I use GSRIDI for the indicator. And the last is financial performance, that I use return on asset by comparing the net profit to the total asset. And for the analytic data technique, for the software I use IFUSTAN, and there are 5 different tests that I use. The first is descriptive test, statistical analysis, and the second one is analyze recruitment test with a normality test and linearity test. For the analysis recruitment test, I just use normality test. And for the third one is classical assumption test. There are multi-collinearity test, heteroscedasticity test, and autocorrelation test. And the fourth test is multiple linear regression, analyze, and mediation test. There are multiple linear regression analysis and mediation test intervening effect. And for the last test, I use hypothesis test. There are partial test or t-test, and the coefficient of determination test adjusted R2. I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you so much for your attention. I sincerely apologize if there are any mistakes or shortcomings in this presentation. I also hope this presentation can be very useful and beneficial for all of us. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.